bake your cookie into a cup. My next guest is reimagining the sugar cookie into a crisp-edged cup, perfect for holding peak season fruit. It's a dessert that looks bakery fancy, but baker Khara Westergard will break it down. I do feel like I've stepped into the pages of, circa 1990 Martha Stewart Living magazine, which is the ultimate compliment I can give you. But you say this beauty is very attainable.
Oh yes, it's so easy. So it's a very basic sugar cookie dough, and you can do it flat if you like to do the traditional cookie, but if you put it in the cup shape, then you get to have more of that filling, celebrate the summer fruits.
Okay, let's start with the base, the cookie cup itself. You call this a special dough recipe.
So it's just, there's different cookie doughs for different jobs, and so I brought like a big soft sugar cookie before, and this one is more of a Pillsbury copycat. Okay. So yes, you can cheat and use the Pillsbury, but with my recipe, I feel like it tastes better.
Of course.
And you get all the fresh ingredients and no preservatives. So
yes.
But it's easy. It's so simple. You just need to know that when you put it in, you're going to spray the pan well. Okay. So we make the cups with muffin tins. So I use different sizes here. I have my mini tins and my regulars, and then this was my jumbo muffin cup right there. So here's my regulars, but we're gonna spray it well. Oh, I even have a spray so that I can bake this later when I get home. There we go. We're gonna spray it well. Then we're gonna scoop our cookie dough into there. Now, if you go through all the trouble of shaping it now, it's just gonna cave back in when it bakes and disappoint you. But we do want to flatten it down. Now, you can do this with your fingers.
So you'll flatten, bake, and then shape.
Yes, and flattening helps to get the crisp edge and the nicer looking edge.
What's this tool you've got?
So this is really nice. You can buy this on Amazon, and it's super cheap. We can link that.
Great.
But then after it bakes, that's when you come back with a cleaned and you push it. Now, if you don't have this and you still want to make these, you can use a spoon to push it back into a cup shape after it bakes. While it's hot and warm, as soon as it comes out of the oven.
We don't rebake it after we've shaped it. It just takes form.
So, so yes, we bake it flat like this, then bake it, then put it, then smash it in with this after it's cooked.
Got it. Okay, what's next?
So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take either whipped cream or buttercream, but first we want to think about our filling. So what I wanted to do today is to teach you about how to use your summer fruits, and we're going to talk first about how to peel easily. Our pitted fruits are things that have skins that we would normally eat, but we don't necessarily want to eat in a dessert. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just put a little X at the bottom. So this one's a peach.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
I do nectarines. You can do pears. Get a firm pear, not one that's already soft. But then, so pretend like this is boiling. It was boiling and we turned it down.
I see a rolling boil.
Yes, it's a rolling boil. If it's not a rolling boil, you'll end up needing to put it in longer. But at the rolling boil, you have 30 seconds to put it in there. And I just kind of count by myself because it's 30 to 60. And if I'm just counting in head.
And I've heard it peels right off.
It does. Yeah. So then we take it and we're going to put it over here into our ice bath just to make sure it stops cooking. We don't want to cook it all the way through. We're still doing fresh fruit here. And then after it stopped cooking there, we take it and it will, this is just to help you get up.
So the score becomes
and again, because it's not.
Yeah, your demarcation to just peel it right off.
It will just peel right off.
Okay.
So then we come over here and we're going to go ahead, we're just gonna take it apart like it is. Yeah. Like it has been peeled since our water wanted to cooperate. With peaches, it's a nice, pit comes out a lot nicer. The nectarines, you kind of have to
work for it.
Just cut it off.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then we're gonna take it and we're gonna just do some quick cuts. It's a little firmer with that skin on. Pretend like the skin is off.
And this is for the filling.
And this is for the filling.
Yeah, yeah.
So then make it into, you want it into bite size, or excuse me, nice little pieces, not bite size. We want little chunks, right? And then we're gonna put it into our bowl.
And mash?
We're not gonna mash.
Oh, not mashing.
So we are going to do what's called macerating our fruit.
Okay.
And that's just adding just a touch, and I have my teaspoon here, so if we had a whole fruit, we would do like a teaspoon of that for 8 ounces of fruit.
Lemon juice?
Lemon juice, and then like a little bit of sugar, and this is way off because this is not the
No,
right
I'm with you. I'm with you.
amount.
It would create the juices.
Yep, and you just let that sit. Now you can even use that right away, or you can let it sit and you can let it develop its own juices, because the sugars will pull juices from the fruit and creates a sauce.
I've done this with berries.
So,
and
yes.
it's so delicious and so fresh. You're right.
Yes, exactly. And I've done that here with the strawberries. Now over here with the raspberries, they're more juicy fruits. And you can't just do this. It's gonna be just liquid everywhere.
Okay.
So you do take that to the stove and cook it and add a little cornstarch with the lemon juice and sugar.
To thicken.
And so like right here, just wanted to show you.
Oh, so one fresh berry inside.
So yep, I just tore my berry apart for these minis, but you can have more, you know, obviously for the bigger ones. And then with those sauces, this is one of my favorite sauces.
This is what you put over the stove with the sugar and the...
And this is my niece Amy's favorite flavor, raspberry and strawberry.
Amy, just for you, do you trust me?
She's in the hospital recovering from a burst appendix.
Amy, I'm so sorry.
So let's bring her one of these after.
Absolutely. Thinking of you, friends.
Thank you. Yes,
okay.
perfect. Topped it with the whipped cream. That's exactly what I like to do.
And you told our producer a little cinnamon can be a nice kick on top.
Yes, so I love the cinnamon into the dough, and it's in the recipe, but it's optional. So you can go, this is a non-cinnamon dough, and this is the cinnamon dough. And I love the cinnamon with the peaches and the nectarines and things like that.
What a darling treat. We've said all the adjectives because they are so beautiful to look at, but I can tell, my mouth is puckering thinking of the fresh fruit taste and the cream on top, and you always just do it so well, Khara. Thank you for your expertise and sharing your talent. Where can we get more from you?
Find me on Instagram at Balsamic Baker.
Thanks for being here.